Okay, so the big question for SpaceX in the next few minutes, will the third time be the charm for this next critical test flight of the world's biggest, most powerful rocket? So we have a live look for you. That's the sun. That's not the rocket, but we have a live look for you at Starbase where the flight is set to take off. And just 24 hours ago, we reported that the Starship launch was scrubbed because of weather. So that's after the initial launch that was supposed to happen last week ended rather abruptly. You may recall that countdown clock automatically terminated at the last second because some of the rocket's engines simply didn't ignite as planned. A successful flight could potentially help shore up some investor confidence in SpaceX, right? It was just last month that the company went public. It was the largest stock debut ever. Remember, CEO Elon Musk has made some big promises here. So this is the rocket that NASA is intending to use to take astronauts back to the moon. Musk also wants to use it to eventually take people to Mars one day. We want to bring in former astronaut Steve Robinson as well as Jose Hernandez. And Steve, so far, all the test flights have been suborbital, I should say. The next more challenging objectives for Starship come after this, right? Entering orbit around the Earth. Does SpaceX seem ready for that yet? Or how much is tonight's mission, this flight, critical to proving that ability?
This is critical. This is critical. If it goes well, it will probably be the last of the suborbital test flight. But what we mean by that is the rocket takes off and does just a big parabolic arc and comes back down in the Indian Ocean. So there's a lot of things that have to happen right today. They have to get off the pad, separate the booster from the Starship, land the booster softly back in the ocean, eventually on land, but not yet. Deploy 20 satellites. Have them operate briefly because they're also in a big arc and will land in the ocean in about 20 minutes. And then the Starship itself has to survive the entry of through the atmosphere, which generates a huge amount of heat, turn around and turn on its engines and land softly in the Indian Ocean after about an hour and 5 minutes. It's a lot of things to go right.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I brought my monster rocket here model because this is the biggest rocket ever built. It is 400 feet tall. It is about the size of the Empire State Building. To Steve's point here, the upper stage is called Starship, right? So this is eventually going to come off, and it's supposed to land in the Indian Ocean. The bottom section here, the booster, is supposed to kind of do a more stable landing in the Gulf of Mexico. That's what's critical, right? This hasn't gone as well as they would like, landing in the Gulf of Mexico. The last time it was kind of a crash landing. Jose, SpaceX is on a deadline here, right? Because next year, NASA wants SpaceX, and by the way, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin, to fly test versions of crewed landers that will be used for future moon landings. They want to do a docking test in Earth orbit, right?
That's correct. And Blue Origin's earlier launch failure puts more pressure on SpaceX to be successful. But, this is amazing. You have a rocket that's 100% reusable. And if anyone can do it, I think SpaceX can, because they have a pretty good track record in terms of being able to stick landings. And so I believe it's going to be very successful.
Well, I'm sure that Elon Musk is hoping the exact same thing. Listen, I'm just looking here quickly at my notes. And one thing that we should mention is that, in fact, sensors on the heat shield are going to be critical. They've got sensors on the heat shield to give them a really good sense of how the Starship, the upper stage, is handling the intense heat. So this part, the upper stage, we should also make the point that they've added new hardware aerodynamic rudders to try to help give it more stability once they're in space. Well, they are in space, but they're not in orbit. So that's all part of what we're talking about, right, Steve?
It's critical because when you're in orbit, you're going much faster. So to stay in orbit, you have to go about 17,500 miles per hour. That means when you come down through the atmosphere, you generate up to about 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. And that's a tremendous amount of heat to either slough off or just insulate to. So that has to work too.
Let me ask the control room to go ahead and bring the natural sound up from SpaceX Mission Control. We're going to listen to that as we continue to talk here. They are loading, or they have loaded, 11.5 million pounds of propellant here, liquid oxygen and liquid methane. So this is a volatile mix, and that's why they obviously, it stands to reason, they clear the pad completely. Jose, how big of a controlled fire, if you will? I heard somebody say earlier, you know, you're kind of like watching a stick of dynamite being lit, but how volatile is that mixture?
Yeah, it's more than complicated than the stick of dynamite, because the stick of dynamite just explodes and it's over with.
That's right.
This is a controlled explosion. You know, you got millions of gallons of propellant there, and you're exploding over a long time period, 8.5 minutes, in a controlled fashion. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and it's a bit dangerous, I'll tell you, especially if you have humans up there like we had with the space shuttles.
Yeah.
But I have no doubt that they've crossed their T's and dotted their I's, and I think things are going to work out good. I'm very optimistic.
Okay, listen, I'm just reiterating the point. We're keeping an eye on SpaceX Mission Control's broadcast. Jose, I asked Steve this question an hour ago. Let me ask you this. Given how volatile this has been so far for both SpaceX and also Blue Origin, would you, as an astronaut, be willing to put your own life on the line and be the first astronaut to ride in one of these two rockets or spaceships?
I would. You know, I left NASA because of I wanted to make sure I got all my kids through college, and now, you know, if Elon Musk calls, giddy up, I'll get on that. I know that we go through very thorough safety reviews that even the astronauts will participate in. So I would be very confident, given if we were to do the proper safety reviews that I'm sure they do. Absolutely, I would get on.
Absolutely. Okay, you're under 6 minutes till launch. Steve, we should also make the point that they are going to be also deploying, I should tell the audience, they're going to be deploying 20 of these V3 Starlink satellites, right? Kind of a next version of the broadband spacecraft link. However, these are not, as I understand it, these are kind of dummy test models. Is that correct?
Not these ones. No, they were dummies last time, but they are not this time.
Thank you.
They are going to unfold solar arrays and actually do communications to each other, and also through laser communication to the rest of the network, also to ground stations in South Africa. So they're going to be very busy because they're only going to be alive for about 20 minutes before they, too, go into the ocean. And there's one more fascinating thing they're doing. 6 of them are outfitted with cameras, and they will fly around the Starship, the top part, and which you'll hear of just called ship.
Yeah.
They will fly around it to inspect the heat shield before the heat shield actually does its job. And that's a really important thing for it to do because, you know, once the ship hits the ocean, it's gone.
Yeah. Let's also make the point, you know, we've seen this, I don't know what you call it, the signature SpaceX move, right? The chopstick grab, where the rocket comes back or the booster comes back to the pad, and it is caught by so-called chopsticks back on the pad, grabbed, and that way they can use it for a second launch or third, fourth, fifth, whatever. But they also want to eventually bring Starship back onto the pad like that, and also into a chopstick maneuver, grabbing it right there on the pad. And that is just an unbelievable technological engineering accomplishment, Jose.
Absolutely. You know, it's going to be the first space vehicle that's 100% reusable. And the importance of that is that you drive down the cost of space travel, drive down the cost of sending satellites up into space. And Elon Musk is sending thousands of these satellites, so he is very motivated to drive down the cost, and that way the user that subscribes to his internet service pays a decent price and not an exorbitant price.
Yeah. So we're down, as you see, we're down at about 3.5 minutes till launch. Steve, picking it up on the whole satellite conversation here, because SpaceX wants to operate 100,000 of these V3 Starlinks, these satellites in low Earth orbit, but that's going to require something like almost 11,000 spacecraft to put all of those up into orbit, right?
It's a huge. That's quite the dream. There's almost 11,000 Starlink satellites up there right now. And now, one thing that worries all of us.
Isn't it getting kind of? Can I just ask you? Isn't it getting kind of
yes,
crowded up there in low Earth orbit?
It's exactly what I was going to say, Tom. As usual, we share one brain. There are by some people's accounts, just too many things in orbit. You know, way back when Jose and I were flying, I flew on 4 space shuttle missions, and we came back with cracked windows on every one of them from hitting very small bits of
really.
Space yes, and
wow.
So this is
I had no idea.
Much more stuff. Yeah, there's way more stuff up there now. And if you read about the Starlink constellation, they do trajectory changes all the time to avoid other things in space. So it is extremely crowded in low Earth orbit, and it's a huge worry for everybody.
Steve, you know, I've known you for 18 years. I've never before heard you tell me that every time you came back on a spacecraft, on a shuttle, you had cracked windows. That's fascinating. Listen, I just want to bring the audience's attention to the fact that we're at about T-minus 2 minutes or so. We're going to bring up the sound of mission control here. We don't want to miss anything here, and we're going to make sure that we bring both Steve and Jose back in. Let's bring it up and listen and monitor what's going on.
We're only going to hold if there's a reason, and currently there are no reasons.
Coming up here in a few seconds, we should have, actually right there we can see on screen, that's the base of the Super Heavy booster. Those are the 33 Raptor engines, and we expect to see and there they go, the TVC checkouts, also known as engine wiggles. We're activating those thrust vector control actuators to ensure that those center engines and the inner radius as well have the ability to steer the rocket.
Yep, super cool to see how fast those move. I mean, in flight, it's amazing to see how it steers the vehicle. And we're coming up on that T-minus 1 minute now on our countdown, so let's listen in to see if we pass that gate.
All right, we are through the gate. Still no holds on the board. 50 seconds to go. Starship getting ready to fly.
Again, Starship will splash down in the Indian Ocean, the booster in the Gulf of Mexico.
-9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pitching downrange. Booster Raptor chamber pressure is nominal.
30 seconds into flight. 33 out of 33 Raptor engines lit on the Super Heavy booster, arcing away from us here at Starbase. Coming up on max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure, which again for this flight is going to be higher than it has been on any of our previous Starship flights. Right, so we're passing through that maximum aerodynamic pressure over a minute now into flight. Still seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines lit and burning. Our next major moment's going to be coming up in just a little over a minute from now when we're going to get to hot staging. We're going to shut down all but 5 of those engines on the booster. It's our version of MECO. Most engines cut off. And then we're going to ignite the 6 engines on the ship while it is still attached, to do that separation. As a reminder, we try to do a directional flip. So when you watch on your screen, we're hopefully going to be sending that booster towards the bottom of the frame. For the booster itself, it's like doing a flip up. It'll go towards the bottom of your frame. We do that by lighting the engines in a slightly staggered sequence. Standing by for hot staging.
So far, all systems are working perfectly. This is Starship 13, the 13th test flight of the world's biggest rocket. Starship and NASA banking on this rocket for future
all
missions
but 5
to the moon.
Engines down.
Step.
6 ignite.
Burn startup.
And the booster now doing its boost back burn. It looks like we lit all 33 initially. Now we're down to 13. We're seeing 6 out of 6 Raptors lit on the ship.
The cheering you hear there is the workforce and mission control.
And boost back burn shut down. So it looks like we were able to get through the boost back burn this time around. It was one of the key objectives we didn't have on the last flight. And we've got 6 engines lit on the ship.
Well, if you watch these things, you know nominal is what you want to hear. That means it's working all well.
The first of 2 burns that the booster is going to be doing to kind of send it back towards us. It's going to be landing a couple of miles offshore from Starbase, hopefully. We're going to try and get it all the way down to do a landing burn, where we're going to use those 13 center engines. They're going to ignite. That's what's going to really bleed off all that velocity that it's built up. And it'll eventually, hopefully, transition to 5 engines to kind of fine-tune its path in, and then all the way down to 3 for the remaining bit.
We're going to stick with this on News Now because the test is critical.
We've got a couple of minutes to go until we get there. So booster's going to coast for a little bit. Ship still seeing 6 out of 6 Raptor engines lit. 4 minutes into the flight. Ship's got about 4 minutes left. Getting some killer views. Kate, Nate, how was the view from down there?
It was incredible. I mean, it just shot off the pad, and seeing all the crowd now running back inside to take views on the screen here, it was amazing.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna learn to not stare at the engines, because now I have a bright blob in my vision.
Right.
But now, speaking of vision, we could see both stages there on your screen. Starship's second stage is still firing its engines. You can follow along with that with the GUI down on the bottom right-hand side of your screen.
So the goal here again is to put the booster in the Gulf of Mexico and to put Starship or ship the upper stage into the Indian Ocean, but they want to do it as a precise
and we're
splashdown, not a
getting a live shot off the booster right now, an onboard camera. You can see the plume from Starbase where it just lifted off 5 minutes ago.
Nominal trajectory.
That's the Gulf.
We are there.
We are there. That is us.
I kind of want to run back outside and wave.
Right. Now, again, this booster is not planning to come back to the tower or to launch site for this particular launch. We are going to be planning to do an ocean splashdown just off the coast of Starbase, so hoping to still get some amazing views of that.
Pretty awesome to see the Raptor engines there on the left-hand side of your screen. We can actually see the plume there of those center Raptors. Those are the sea level ones, as well as the vacuum Raptors are the 3 on the larger ones on the outer radius.
Okay, let's bring Steve Robinson back in, and Jose, also our 2 resident astronauts. Guys, as we are now waiting to see whether they can bring the booster right down to the Gulf of Mexico, what are your first thoughts, Steve?
So far, so good. All the engines started. You can't have a successful flight if your rocket engines don't start. They did. So far, so good. The separation went beautiful. Did you catch what they do there? They start the second stage before it separates from the first stage.
I heard them say that. I heard them say that, and I thought, what?
That's what the Russian Soyuz has always done, actually. And so when you look at the rocket, right where they connect, there's kind of an opening there for the exhaust to come out.
Yeah. Here we go. Look.
There we go. Splashdown.
And another awesome landing for Super Heavy. Congratulations to all the teams here at Starbase and at our SpaceX team. An amazing, amazing view.
Well, we still need a full analysis of whether if it crashed or if it touched down nicely. Jose, first thoughts here?
Everything was nominal. I think everything has worked very well up to this point in the mission, so I'm very happy with the results.
Looking at the booster real quick.
Yeah. Let's bring it up just for another moment here.
13 engines that we were planning for that initial landing burn. We were targeting a softer splashdown, and as you saw, it came in with quite a bit of velocity still. So landing velocity did look a little bit high, but really cool to make it all the way back this time to the landing burn. We'll dig in, figure out how to turn on all those engines, and then get to a full landing soon. But all eyes on ship. We are just a little ways away from getting those engines turned off. We expect it to burn about 8 minutes and change. And so hopefully just about 15 minutes to go.
Again,
sounds
ship
like
is
we
the upper
just
stage.
The sonic boom.
Yeah, we sure did.
Starbase
That was awesome.
from the booster splashdown.
Well, as the astronauts like to say, it looks nominal,
engine shutdown.
which means all things looking well. Steve Robinson, Jose Hernandez, our two resident astronauts. Thank you for your expertise, guys, and your enthusiasm. And we're going to keep watching it until we actually go off the air at the top of the hour. Until that moment, I'm Tom Costello. You're watching NBC News Now.
And there's our call out for nominal orbit insertion. So we got a ship in space. We've got a booster in the Gulf where we were planning to send it. It's a hell of a start to the day, Kate.
Yeah, it sure is. All of our colleagues here are filing in through the doors. A lot of people wanted to stay outside.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.